We're underway. Connor Cummins away. Starter Luca Adrioni of Motorcycle Marketing Manager for Europe. The Dunlop there is Dean Harrison's away on the Silicon Engineering Kawasaki. Here's the Norton of John McGuinness. Now Ian Hutchinson on the racing. James Hillier saves his best for the racers. And the yellow numbered Tyco BMW of Michael Dunlop out to the scoreboard he goes. And listen to this, Michael Rutter is warming up. Gary Johnson away, now it'll be Michael Rutter on the Bathens Racing Honda. Hear this off the line flag drop. David Johnson on the Honda. And here's the 135-mile-an-hour man, Peter Hickman away. Here cheers and whistles as he went away there. No Lee Johnston, he's a late withdrawal on the Ashcourt Racing BMW because of mechanical problems, and there is a gap at 12 as well. So underneath that arch is Sam West on the PRL cyclestore.co.uk BMW. He's waiting for the tap on the shoulder, and it comes, and away he goes. Quickest off the start line are Hickman and Harrison. Away goes Philip Crow. Next is Jamie Coward. He's had a brilliant week this week, enjoying the big stars.
Is that Michael Rutter?
Burroughs Engineering's Derek Shields, number 16, is next to start. Now Big Sean Anderson on the BMW. Flag drops, away he goes. It's hard to believe this is only his second year. Here's Davey Todd on the Pens13.com BMW. And up at 19 is Rob Hodson, about to start. Last of the seeded riders now is Dominic Herbertson on the Davies Motorsport Kawasaki. Next away is 22, Brian McCormack.
Wow, that was loud. Jeez.
It's lovely hearing those black noises fade away into the distance as Paul Jordan's away. Express Kawasaki. Stefano Bonetti is next on the Speed Motor BMW, number 23.
Wow.
And the Suzuki, the build-based Suzuki of Jay Lawrence, number 67, is 24th away. Number 60, Forrest Dunn is next. Horse Saiger on the Yamaha is next, number 40, and he's safely away, so let's head out west to Glen Helen and Dave Christian.
First man out of Glen Helen, one now, left to the right, took it into the left left corner, gets drive up, but he's being caught very, very quickly by Dean Harrison. Dean Harrison will have Connor Cummins in his sights by the time they get along Cronkovody. And that means that there'll be a little bit of a gap now because Dino will have gone well away from John McGuinness on the Norton. And yeah, I can hear the noise of the engine coming up the valley now. It is building to a crescendo. The Silver Lady flies out of Glen Helen 1, flick to the right, down the forest, drives away and up towards through Sarah's, but John being caught from behind as well, because Hutchinson now comes through. And Ian Hutchinson again closing in on John McGuinness. He'll get a look at him as well, I would think, along the bottom end of Cronkovody. Next man in, flick to the right, and he comes out as Michael Dunlop swings through. He's being caught though, James Hillier. He's caught and passed James Hillier. Dunlop caught and passed James Hillier on the road, so James Hillier not off to a good start. Gary Johnson comes through. It is Dean Harrison though, the quickest man here. Still 5 seconds. The sound of that RCV. Michael Rutter safely through on his opening lap. It's Harrison from Cummins at the moment. That's Davo Johnson through. He's being caught by Peter Hickman, and Hickman takes the lead. It is Hickman at the top of the leaderboard at Glen Helen on lap 1. Number 10, Peter Hickman leads number 2, Dean Harrison, by a third of a second. As we've seen last night in that qualifying lap at the end of the session, they were nip and tuck all the way around, just a few hundredths of or tenths of a second between them. And it is Hickman from Harrison with Connor Cummins in third. But those two are way quicker in that opening sector. Connor Cummins 5.6 seconds down on Harrison, who is just a third of a second down on Hickman. Not much in it between Cummins and Dunlop though, half a second between them pair and a second further back for Michael Rutter. Little gap there where we had those non-starters, Lee Johnson and Derek McGee, and that noise you heard in the background was Sam West sweeping through on his first pass of this 6-lap race. And he's closely followed there on the road by Jamie Coward and Phil Crow. And Jamie Coward, as we've seen all week, is going a little bit quick around here this week. Jamie Coward, number 15, up to 8th place on this opening lap, just tucks in a third of a second in behind 7th place Gary Johnson. 16 through now, Derek Shields. He's safely through, making his climb up towards Sarah's Cottage on the long straight along Cronkovody, where the rider gets to tuck in, have a little bit of a breather. 17 and 18 through there along the road. 18 a lot quicker though. Davey Todd 7th. Davey Todd 7th his opening sector. And 17 there, Sean Anderson. Cummins and Harrison at Ballaugh. Connor Cummins still has the lead on the road at Ballaugh Bridge. But Dean Harrison's closed right in on them now. They're virtually as 26 comes through here. That's Rob Hodson. So Harrison and Cummins down at Ballaugh Bridge already. 20 through. That's Dom Herbertson. Dominic Herbertson just inside the top 15. But not for long. Brian McCormack comes through now. Great qualifying time for Brian McCormack on the number 22 machine. 11th quickest here to Glen Helen on the opening sector. Cummins, the only two now through the left. Just yet, 46, Paul Jordan. Great work this week. Dean Harrison now makes it to Ballaugh. Harrison leads Cummins by 9 seconds at Ballaugh, but we need Peter Hickman through to give you that full leaderboard. 23 comes through here. Stefano Benetti. Harrison, Cummins, Dunlop, Hutchinson and McGuinness now all through Ballaugh Bridge. Just waiting for Peter Hickman to make up that leaderboard. Jay Lawrence through here at Glen Helen, number 67. Jay Lawrence, a great week for him, getting progressively faster every time he comes out. And James Hillier now makes it to Ballaugh, and won't be long before we see Peter Hickman. And Gary Johnson now makes Ballaugh Bridge as well. And there is Peter Hickman through Ballaugh, but Dean Harrison takes the lead. Dean Harrison now goes in front of Hickman at Ballaugh Bridge. There's only 0.2 of a second in it though. Connor Cummins still holds on to third. He's 8.5 seconds down on Hickman. And number 6, Michael Dunlop, still a third of a second back on Cummins. And making up your top 5, number 9, Davo Johnson. He's 3 seconds back on Michael Dunlop. In the background, you heard David Jackson and Forrest Dunn coming through here at Glen Helen. Also Horst Zeiger through. And Xavier Denis, number 56, he's through here at Glen Helen as well. 31 comes through, Mike Booth. But the race is down at Ballaugh now. It is Dean Harrison who has taken the lead. That's the first lead change in this 6-lap race. It was Peter Hickman here at Glen Helen by a third of a second. It's now Dean Harrison by 0.2 of a second at Ballaugh Bridge. And Connor Cummins in third. He is 8.5 seconds down on Cummins. Number 6, Michael Dunlop, fourth. He's a third of a second down on Cummins. And at Ballaugh Bridge in fifth place, number 9, Dave Johnson, 3 seconds down on Dunlop. Back to you at the grandstand.
Pretty sure that Peter Hickman will have hit traffic there between Glen Helen and Ballaugh Bridge. Noticeable that he and David Johnson flashed up together. Chris Boyd, pretty quick.
The paces are, it's more than 5 seconds quicker to Ballaugh than it was in the RST Superbike TT opening lap. They were there at Ballaugh in 7:22 on that occasion. They're there in 7:17 today. 133 laps from a standing start potentially.
Yeah, additional non-starters. Haven't got time to give those. Let's go to Ramsey Hairpin, Roy Moore.
Yeah, Glenn Irwin here at Ramsey Hairpin, waiting to commentate on this battle between Dean Harrison and Peter Hickman again. We can take the earphones off. We haven't as yet heard them down Lazaire Road. We can certainly hear them coming out of Stella Maris, and that is the case. And it's Dean Harrison who has got the lead on the road. Dean Harrison leads on the road at Ramsey Hairpin by Connor Cummins. Flames coming out of that exhaust off the Honda machine as he gets round. Very good photograph that, if anybody captured it, but they're certainly well through. But as we, same as Dave at Glen Helen, we've got to wait for the arrival of Peter Hickman here at Ramsey, and that will be a reasonable amount of time. Just time to say that Connor's granny's cake has arrived up here at the hairpin, has been consumed by the marshals and the commentary team, and many thanks for that lovely letter that you put in the contribution as well. We will get the knives back to you shortly, but it's John McGuinness who should be next here at Ramsey, dropping more time on the run in here to the hairpin, and certainly probably be struggling now to keep ahead of Ian Hutchinson, because there is number 3, John McGuinness on the Norton. Michael Dunlop really gets the back end hanging out into Ramsey, and he's past Ian Hutchinson. He's going to pass John McGuinness, and here's James Hillier now doing exactly the same. Well, there will be rubber down after this six lap Dunlop sponsored race here at the TT 2019. Big sweeping exit. That's not Peter Hickman, but he would be far away. That is David Johnson, number 7 Johnson, but here is Hickman, and he's still leading, but it's down to 0.118, a fraction of a second. Michael Rutter is the bike here. There is David Johnson now through. It's Peter Hickman here at Ramsey Hairpin, but only a fraction of a second ahead of number 2, Dean Harrison, who in turn is now 11 and a half seconds ahead of Connor Cummins. Connor Cummins in turn is virtually nothing ahead of Michael Dunlop, 0.024, 24ths of a second or whatever they describe it as. That is the difference, virtually nothing, that Michael Dunlop, number 6, holds on to 4th place. In 5th place, number 9, David Johnson. He's 4.5 seconds down on Michael Dunlop. And 6th place for number 8, Michael Rutter. He's 5 seconds down on David Johnson. In 7th place, number 7, Gary Johnson, 3 seconds only down on Michael Rutter. And then Sam West could come into the equation. He could bypass a few, and that certainly appears to be the case, because it's 8th now. There he is, into Ramsey, number 13. Sam West, he goes into 8th place, 5 seconds down on Gary Johnson. But Jamie Coward is another one who could zoom up there amongst them if his performances so far this week are to be taken. And Jamie, number 15, is here at Ramsey now, and he moves into that 8th place, just 1 second down on Johnson and only 3 seconds ahead of Sam West. That was Philip Crowe that you saw, heard in the background going through. So Jamie Coward on the move, 1.8 seconds down on Gary Johnson. But certainly that is the position here at Ramsey. 11th place for number 5, James Hillier. 2 seconds down on Sam West. 12th to Ian Hutchinson. 13th, John McGuinness. 14th, Philip Crowe. They have made the bungalow. Dean Harrison has gone through the bungalow. Connor Cummins through the bungalow. 3 seconds on the road now is the difference between them. So Dean Harrison in no way will he be held up, but Sean Anderson is safely through Ramsey Hairpin. There he goes, and it's Davy Todd who moves up into 7th place now. Number 18, Davy Todd, just a fraction of a second down on Michael Rutter in 6th, but holding on to only a 3-second lead over in 8th place, number 7, Gary Johnson, with Jamie Coward only 2 seconds down on Gary Johnson. Brian McCormick moves up to 10th. That puts Sam West on 11th. James Hillier 12th. Ian Hutchinson 13th. John McGuinness 14th. Dominic Herbertson, he's through. Dominic Herbertson, 15th place for him, but only half a second down on John McGuinness, so that could change on the mountain climb. 16th place for 14 Philip Crowe, half a second down on Dominic Herbertson. Then Derek Shields is in there amongst it, 2.5 seconds down on Philip Crowe, with an 18th place, 17 Sean Anderson. 19th, there's Paul Jordan now, just comes onto the board. We can tell you he's holding on to 19th place, is number 46 Paul Georgian, but he's only 0.2 of a second down on Sean Anderson through the bungalow. Just got to get Peter Hickman through. Peter Hickman is through the bungalow. He's pulled a bit of time. It's 1 second. 1 second the lead for Peter Hickman through the bungalow over Dean Harrison. Connor Cummins still third from Michael Dunlop, but only by a second. Back to the grandstand.
Well, Peter Hickman and Dean Harrison, part 2 in a senior, it seems, here on the Isle of Man. And Chris Boyd, this is phenomenally quick with the lack of qualifying time that we've had for an opening lap from a standing start.
Incredible stuff. They are, over 10 seconds faster to the bungalow than they were on the opening lap of the RST Superbike TT. This is a 1:33.7 type pace from a standing start. Absolutely incredible.
It certainly is. Peter Hickman then leads by just over, fractionally it is, a second. Number 10 leads number 2 Dean Harrison. Then there's a gap of 12.7 seconds, and the light is on for number 2 at Cronkdamona, Dean Harrison, and for number 1 Connor Cummins. Michael Dunlop and Connor Cummins, the battle for 3rd and 4th at the moment. There's, I think, at no time more than a second between them, and it is 0.8 at the bungalow that Cummins has the advantage over Michael Dunlop. That's about as big as it's been. 134 we now think we are looking at for this opening lap, based on the time of Dean Harrison to Cronkdamona. So a phenomenal opening Dunlop senior TT lap here. And we now wait for Dean Harrison to come into view and scream past the grandstand here, and we'll let you know exactly just how quick it's been and what the gap is. Can hear a bike approaching at very high speed indeed. Here he is, Dino! And it is 133.992 miles per hour for Dean Harrison. Incredible speed for an opening lap of a Dunlop Senior TT. Fantastic stuff. Connor Cummins 14.2 seconds down. We await, of course, to see Peter Hickman, and there he is. Peter Hickman still leads at Cronkdamona. It's 1.4 seconds that Peter Hickman has an advantage at Cronkdamona over Dean Harrison. Now, McGuinness has stopped at the bungalow, we're hearing. McGuinness stopped at the bungalow, but not a retirement as such yet. But here comes Michael Dunlop on the Tyco BMW. You can see the helicopter circling overhead, and Dunlop's about to emerge into view.